Ever notice how that brand new shiny gadget you just had to have kind of loses its luster after, what, a week? Maybe two?
Yeah, that initial thrill definitely fades.
Well, today we're going to deep dive into the science behind that feeling. It's this concept called the hedonic treadmill.
The hedonic treadmill, yeah. It's this idea that no matter what happens in our lives, good or bad, we tend to return to like a baseline level of happiness.
So like, you land that dream job or buy a fancy new car. Yeah, you're on cloud nine for a bit.
Right, right. You get that boost.
But then before you know it, you're back to, the daily grind. Same old, same old.
It's like you're running on a treadmill, you're putting in all this effort, but you're not really getting anywhere. You're just staying in the same place.
And get this, the same thing happens with negative events too. A tough breakup, losing a job. It feels like the end of the world at first.
Absolutely. You go through that period of intense emotion.
But then gradually things start to feel, well, less awful.
You adapt and you find a new normal.
So why are we wired this way? What's the point of this whole hedonic treadmill thing?
Well, there are a couple of reasons. One is our evolutionary history. Back in the day, our ancestors had to be able to bounce back from setbacks quickly. If you were constantly dwelling on a bad hunt or a near-death experience, you wouldn't be able to focus on survival.
Yeah, I guess obsessing over that missed mammoth wouldn't help you catch the next one.
Exactly. Adaptability was key for our ancestors, and the hedonic treadmill, in a way, is a remnant of that adaptability. It helps us adjust to new circumstances, both positive and negative.
So we're basically hardwired to return to equilibrium.
In a nutshell, yes.
Okay, but how does that play out in the modern world, where our biggest threats aren't saber-toothed tigers, but maybe like a bad performance review?
Well, I think a big part of it is social comparison.
Social comparison.
Yeah, we're constantly comparing ourselves to others, their possessions, their achievements, their seemingly perfect lives.
Oh yeah, all those filtered Instagram posts making everyone look like they're living their best life.
Exactly. And that comparison can really fuel the hedonic treadmill because you might achieve something that makes you happy, but then you see someone who has achieved something even bigger or better, and suddenly your other accomplishment doesn't seem as significant anymore.
So we're chasing this moving target of happiness, always striving for more, but never really getting there.
Right. It's a recipe for dissatisfaction.
So is there any way to step off this treadmill? Can we actually break free from this cycle of chasing and adapting and chasing again?
Absolutely. Our sources highlight 3 key strategies that can help us cultivate more lasting happiness.
Okay, lay 'em on me. What are these magic bullets?
Well, they're not exactly magic bullets, but they are powerful tools. The first one is gratitude.
Gratitude. Okay, I've heard of that, count your blessings and all that. But does it really work? Is there actual science behind it?
Oh, absolutely. There's a growing body of research showing that gratitude can have a significant impact on our well-being. It can reduce stress, improve sleep, boost our immune system, and even make us more resilient in the face of challenges.
Wow, okay, so it's more than just a feel-good practice.
Exactly. It's about actively shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have.
So instead of constantly wanting more, we should be appreciating what we already have.
Precisely. And it doesn't have to be anything grand. It could be something as simple as having a roof over your head, a warm meal, or even just a good cup of coffee in the morning.
I guess I could try that. Make a list of things I'm grateful for each day or something.
It's a great place to start. Even just taking a few minutes each day to reflect on the good things in your life can make a real difference.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What's the next strategy?
The next one is prioritizing experiences over possessions.
Experiences over possessions. Okay, I can kind of see where this is going.
Think about it. When you buy something new, you get that initial rush of excitement, but that excitement tends to fade pretty quickly. You get used to it and it becomes just another thing.
Yeah, like that new phone I was talking about earlier. After a while, it's just a phone.
Right. But experiences, on the other hand, have a much longer lasting impact. They create memories that we can cherish for years to come. They shape who we are, how we see the world, and how we connect with others.
I get that. I still remember this backpacking trip I took years ago. It was tough, challenging, but the memories, the sense of accomplishment, it's something I still carry with me. And it's definitely more valuable than any material possession I've ever owned.
Exactly. It's about investing in moments, not just things.
So concerts, travel, time with loved ones, these are the things that really matter.
Absolutely. And they don't have to be expensive or elaborate. It could be something as simple as having a picnic in the park, going for a hike, or just spending quality time with friends and family.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here. So gratitude, Experiences over possessions. What's the third strategy?
The third one is mindfulness.
Mindfulness. Okay, that's a word I hear a lot, but I'm not always sure what it actually means.
It's essentially about being present in the moment. Savoring what you're experiencing right now instead of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future.
So like not constantly checking my phone or thinking about what I have to do tomorrow.
Exactly. It's about breaking free from that constant mental chatter and just being fully present in the here and now.
And how does that relate to the hedonic treadmill?
Well, when we're constantly chasing after something, whether it's a new position, a promotion, or even just a sense of accomplishment, we're never really satisfied with where we are. We're always looking for the next thing, the next hit of dopamine.
So mindfulness is about appreciating what we have right now in this moment.
Precisely. It's about finding joy in the everyday, in the simple things.
So instead of constantly scrolling through social media, I should be, I don't know, enjoying a quiet evening with a good book or having a meaningful conversation with a friend.
Exactly. It's about choosing presence over pursuit.
Okay, I think I'm getting it. So the hedonic treadmill might be part of our wiring, but it doesn't have to control us. We can actually choose to step off it and cultivate lasting happiness.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that true fulfillment comes from within, not from external factors.
I love that. So to our listeners out there, I leave you with this question. What's one simple, everyday experience that you can fully appreciate today? Think about it. And until next time, happy deep diving.
See you next time.